No money, no experience, living in an apartment, a wife and kids, working a full-time job, had to use a credit card to buy my first property, and a whole lot more. So on the first episode of Real Estate Fundamentals, this is what we're going to address. We're going to tackle and eliminate all the limiting beliefs and doubts and fears that you have about creating success in your real estate investing business. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Estate Fundamentals. My name is Brant Phillips. This is the inaugural show of Real Estate Fundamentals. So what I'm going to do, share a little bit about my story, about my background, how I started with nothing, with only a credit card and no experience. I bought 10 properties my first year in real estate, rental properties, with nothing, no experience, nothing, right? And some of you may be watching this like that's not even possible. So I'm going to break that down here in just a little bit, introduce myself and share with you what's going to be coming in future episodes. And I'll tell you, it's Real Estate Fundamentals. I'm here to help motivate, educate, inspire, and equip you guys and gals to go out and take massive action in your business and create results, but also create a sustainable business, right? Whether the market's up, down, sideways, whatever's going on in the world, if you build your business on solid fundamentals, guys, you can have a sustainable business in any market. So let's talk a little bit about my story and who I am. So I was former police officer, 7 years in law enforcement. Wife and I had our first child. I was kind of burned out with the politics, to be honest, that comes along with that job. Not to mention night shift, holidays, weekends, all that kind of stuff. But I love being a cop, hated the politics, didn't love the hours, had a first child, decided to go into the corporate world, moved into the corporate world, got home from work, my very first day on the job. My wife was all excited that we've got this new life and I've got normal hours, so to speak. And I remember coming home and, my wife asked me, she said, "Babe, how was your first day on the job?" And she's all excited. And I remember thinking about that in the corporate world and just everything that I experienced that day. And I remember telling her, I hate it. Like, I believe that I hate everything about it. And I knew on that very first day that wasn't for me. That I was never going to be someone who's going to play the corporate game and climb the corporate ladder. But I told her, hey, don't worry, don't stress, don't fret. I'm going to do well, and I'm going to work hard for this company and provide for our family. But I'm going to find something else. I'm going to find something else to do. I had no clue what that was going to be. I knew nothing about real estate. I didn't know any real estate investors. I never read Rich Dad Poor Dad, anything like that. And so, but I became motivated, right? Became motivated just to find something better, to find something else, to find, something that I could enjoy doing, spending my time, making money, and providing for my family. Well, some of you are thinking I probably went out and took massive action and did all this kind of stuff. I didn't. I really didn't. It took me about 2 years. 2 years of battling this good versus great, because I did work hard for the company and I was, making a little bit more money and I was doing well. I was a top performer and all this kind of stuff, and began to see, I'm like, well, I could probably settle here and deal with some of the politics and just some of the BS that goes on, but it never sat right with me. And it took me about 2 years to just kind of get fed up with that whole game and seeing that was a game that I wasn't going to win, because corporate America game set up for corporate America to win, not for the employees to win, right? And I wanted something more. I wanted something better. And that's when I found real estate, right? So I had a very fortunate meeting with a real estate investor who gave me some good guidance and some good wisdom. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and honestly, I started consuming every single book that I could find on the subject. I just became just consuming massive amounts of content. And that's actually a wealth tip I want to share with you, is you got readers or leaders, right? You got to learn to earn, so to speak. So you got to start consuming as much content as you can from successful people who've been there, done that, because what successful people do is they leave maps. They can leave you clues, guidelines, and like I said, a map on how to create similar results. And so that's what I began doing. So we came to this point in our life, and this was the end of 2006, January 2007. I made up my mind I want to become a real estate investor. And I told my wife, I said, babe, I'm going to become a real estate investor. And I said it with authority. The only problem was we had no money. This was a point in time where we were broke. Like, we had $0 in our bank account. Why was that? Well, it wasn't because we were completely just irresponsible. We had gotten to a point, in a younger couple's life, and we had paid off our student loans, our debt, credit card debt that we had. Like I mentioned, we had a child. We had our second child on the way. We're living in this little apartment. And I told my wife, and she asked me, she was like, how you plan on doing that? And I said, I don't know, because I didn't really have a plan, but I sought out wisdom, information, mentoring, help, advice, and long story short, I was able to buy 10 rental properties my very first year in real estate. And believe it or not, I used the credit card that we had just paid off. I borrowed $7,000 against it. You see those little credit card checks that people get. I got one of those checks. I used it as a down payment to buy a rental property. And I was able to buy another one and another one and another one, not all with my credit card checks. I only did one with the credit card check, but I learned how to do creative deal structuring, right? And I learned how to figure out the financing game. And then 2007 came to an end. I completed 10 real estate deals. That was my goal. And you see, I learned a very valuable lesson whenever I completed that 10th deal. And I was working my full-time job. Like I mentioned, we had another child that year, so we had 2 babies. I was working a very demanding corporate job, and I was able to buy 10 rental properties with no money down. And some of you out there, you may be getting started or you haven't experienced similar results. And you're like, Brant, that's not possible, but it is possible. And it has less to do with the real estate than it does to do with my mindset. See, that at the beginning of that year, when I started, I told you I was just reading massive amounts of books about real estate, but I also started reading personal development books. Stephen Covey, Tony Robbins had a huge impact on me. And at the beginning of that year, I did something that changed my life forever. And what I did was I went to the pharmacy, local pharmacy, Walgreens or whatever it was, and I bought a poster board. I bought a cheap little poster board, it was probably 79 cents, and a black Sharpie marker. And what I did is I drew 10 squares. And I'll put a picture of it here because I saved a picture of it to this day. And what I did is I put these 10 blank squares, I drew 10 blank squares on this poster board, put it on a little wall in our tiny little apartment, and told my wife, I said, I'm going to figure out a way to buy 10 rental properties this year. And damn it, I did it. And it took me the whole year, and I had to figure out stuff, and I had to work long hours, and I had to solve problems that I wasn't equipped to solve, but I was committed to solve them, and I was committed to creating my result, right? That result that I created and what I learned along that path and from years to come. And I'll wrap up a little bit about my story, but I went on to buy 10 more properties the next year through partnerships. I started learning how to put together partnerships. Then I learned how to raise money, and I began flipping houses and syndicating deals and doing all kinds of stuff that we do today. But I learned what I call the 7 fundamentals of real estate. It all starts with your mindset. Your mindset, your clarity, your vision, your focus on your results that you're going to create, right? That is where it all starts. That's the foundation of your business, because we can talk about real estate nuts and bolts all day long, and we will, right? And we absolutely will. But if you're not clear, if you don't have clarity and you don't have certainty on the life and the business that you want to create, it's never going to happen. So I encourage each and every one of you to get that clarity, get that focus, get that just that commitment level that no matter what, you're going to make it happen. So that's the basis of everything that I've learned in real estate, everything that I teach. My first book, began writing books years ago, How to Flip a House, 7 Fundamentals of a Highly Successful Flip, is really an outline of what this YouTube channel is about. 7 fundamentals. What is your mindset? Getting that clarity and that commitment. Learning how to generate deal flow. What I'll teach you guys on this channel when you subscribe is I'm going to teach you how to open up multiple lead valves, right? Don't ever put yourself in the position where you're dependent upon only one lead valve and one marketing strategy. I'm going to teach you how to open up multiple lead valves. We're going to teach you the other fundamentals of real estate on this channel when you subscribe. We're going to teach you how to analyze deals, how to estimate repairs, how to get financing for all your deals. Like I mentioned, there's creative ways to do deals. There's conventional financing. There's private money. I've written an entire book on private lending and how it's done the right way, and how you as a real estate investor can really open up the floodgates of financing and private money. And I'll give you a little hint. It has to do with leading with value and helping others solve their problem. And you absolutely can do it with whenever you're putting good deals together and operating with integrity as a trustworthy person who knows what they're doing and has built a sustainable business. We're also going to be teaching you in future episodes about contractors, how to manage rehabs, how to vet and find contractors, what does the pricing look like, how to put together repair estimates, what are the 5 phases of rehabs, the whole training that I've put together. And lastly, income generation. How can you make money in the up or down market? How can you identify and buy deals that give you multiple exit strategies? So when you subscribe, we're going to be getting into how it can help you build a sustainable business, right? Where you can flip properties, have rental properties, income producing properties, owner financing properties, land, notes, mobile home parks, mobile home on land, commercial buildings. All the gamut of real estate investing is what we do. Am I going to help you make more money with your real estate investing? Absolutely. 100%. We're going to teach you how to build a sustainable business built on fundamentals, 7 fundamentals to be exact. But I don't want to just be one of these real estate guys that help people make money, right? Anyone can go out and make money. Here's what I want to help you do. I want to help you create and design the business that not only supports your financial goals, but supports your life, right? So whenever I got into real estate, I'll tell you my number one goal had nothing to do with money. My number one goal was creating freedom from my job. I wanted to control my life and control my destiny, and that was my number one goal was to create freedom. Number 2 was financial freedom. Number 3 was wealth. So if that resonates with you, to get plugged into what we're doing here on the Real Estate Fundamentals YouTube show, you can go to realestatefundamentals.com, get subscribed to our newsletter, get a free link to download my book, and just get plugged in. I'm giving you my commitment. My commitment right here and right now is I'm going to help motivate, educate, and inspire and equip each and every one of you to create those results that you want in your life and your business. I look forward on this journey that we're going to take together and sharing with you everything that I know about the world of real estate investing. It's going to take a while. But I'm excited to share this with you. I'm excited to launch this channel. I'm excited for you to hit that little subscribe button for me, my friend. Hit the little likey. Let's do this. And click on the button below. Drop a comment. I'll be checking those and watch the next show. Look forward to working with all of you and talking to you on future shows.